Hello, hello. Welcome to Enneagram Readathon, reading sprints, or just show up and read your book, reading sprints, whatever it is. Welcome. Please tell us hello in the chat. Let us know what you're reading. And really quickly, we're just going to go around, introduce ourselves, and say what we're reading. Obviously, my name is Haley. If you're on my channel, you probably know that. And today, I don't know what I'm going to read because I forgot that I requested a NetGalley arc of Hairpin Bridge, and that is about to expire in 4 hours. So I'm trying to decide, do I just push through and binge it? Oh my God, Kirsten said goodbye. Or do I abandon Hairpin Bridge and read The Push? So please cast your vote in the chat and let me know, because I have no clue what to do. And here's Kirsten. Whoever wants to introduce himself, go on next.
I'll go next. Hi, I'm Catherine from the channel Catherine Zofrey. There it is. It's been a while since I've been on a live stream. And I am reading our group book for group 8, which is Love is a Revolution. I haven't started it yet, so I'm just starting now. It's great. Yeah.
I'm Brennan from the channel Just Brennan Dunaway, and I'm reading It Ends With Us. I know. It's so much. I'm like 200 pages
so
in.
Good.
Girl.
200 pages in, and it's so good.
I love it.
Did you see my stories last night? I was like popping off. I was sobbing last night finishing that book. It was amazing.
I'm scared. I'm scared, but I'm ready.
So good. Oh my God. Me? Okay. Sure. Hey guys, my name's Kirsten. I'm from the channel Kirsten's Corner, and today I'm reading November 9th by Colleen Hoover.
Ooh. All right, I'm Meredith, and I am reading Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover.
Oh my God, not 3 co-hosts.
It's amazing.
I feel like I need to pick up a Colleen Hoover now.
Yeah, change plans, everyone.
Literally, I was about to buy the Kindle edition of Never Never today, and I'm like, no, you have so many things you need to read, but like now, should I just do it?
I found that at a used book fair thing I went to this weekend for 50 cents. I mean, it's like ripped, but it was like a treasure. I was so excited for it.
I love ripped books. Like, I just think it tells a story. I love that show.
Yeah, I was excited about it.
Hello to everyone in the chat. Rye is reading The Midnight Library, one of my favorites of this year. Dark Roads by Chevy Stevens. I really want to get to that one. I almost bought it yesterday, and I passed it up, and I'm kicking myself. Angel's Game. Please tell me more. I've never heard of her. Noelle's just editing like the 7 she is. She can't miss out. She's here, but she's not reading. I understand that. But also Middle Game. Got it. 9 Perfect Strangers.
I love that book so much.
I was so surprised when I read that. I'm like, this is not like a traditional Kirsten pick.
No, but it's so good. It's so good.
It went off. Like, I did not expect that.
Yeah. The twist is wacky, but it's good. It's good.
It's long. Like, I was so shocked how long it was. I'm like, oh, I'll just read the audio today. 20 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
Go Type A, represent. Reading Southern Gods. Ryan, you always got something. I never know what it is. Let me know what that is. And also, don't tell me about Carry On Comfort in the chat because it's really not about to happen. Thank you and goodbye. I will drag you, Queen. Finishing up My Contrary Mary. Okay, if you finish that, I'm going to vote for Where the Crawdads Sing. I love that book.
I DNF'd that book.
Wow.
It's
Those are two very different options.
Yeah.
Who I Was with Her? Ooh, why Sapphic coming out coming of age story? That sounds really good.
Oh, cool.
I want to take a picture tonight. It's a horror. Of course it is. What else? What else for Ryan? What else should we expect? Broken Glass by V.C. Andrews. Wow, such genre diversity in the chat. Please keep us updated on what you're thinking. Nobody told me what to read, so I'm still like stressed over here. I think I'm just going to try to power through Hairpin Bridge and read at the speed of light.
I support it.
See what happens. So let's go ahead and start our first sprint so I can kill myself with this book. It's fine.
You can do it. You got this.
We will read until 36. Does that work for everyone? Perfect. All right, that's the end of the first sprint. How did everybody do?
I did well. Liking it. I mean, I'm 80% through. I don't know. I like it.
I read 23 whole pages and then got distracted by TikTok.
Love it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I only read 20 pages. I got distracted with my phone. People were texting me.
I started editing a video and I read 10 pages.
I read a 37. I'm really trying to speed through this whole, like, I need her to be done, because if I don't finish it before my thing runs out, I'm just gonna cry. Like, I'm not gonna invest so much time just to not finish.
Do they just like suck it out of your phone? Like, what
It's
happens?
on my laptop. I do all my e-arcs through Adobe, like the Adobe book thing. So it's not on Kindle. I know if you get it on your Kindle, it never expires, but my Kindle
Yeah.
just sucks. So I didn't want to get it on there.
Fair.
Tell us how you're doing in the chat. What are you thinking of your books? 22 pages of crawdads. That's a dense one, so that's pretty impressive. 12 pages. 44%. I read 20 pages and then food after. Yes, relatable. Oh my god.
What food?
I know. I want to know.
I always want to know what people are eating.
Yeah, and you got it delivered like bougie today. We love that. Only 10 pages left.
Wow.
Go read it, Queen. And come back and give us a review.
Haley, how do you feel about the first 40 pages?
I don't love it. I'm really confused because I don't understand like why there are blog posts, but then also like the transcript of the book within the blog posts and then the book we're reading. Like, I just don't like it. I think he should have picked one element, and if he wanted to do like little like short blog posts to talk about like past things or like research that he's done, he could have added that in without making it like she's writing a book about her dead sister. Like, that is just weird to me.
It was very weird. And it's like her voice in both of them, but also not. And
Yeah,
like at the same time, but also
is
not.
one thing supposed to be her sister's like perspective?
It's her telling her sister's perspective, but it's
Right.
like, is it really? I don't know. It's very strange because like she doesn't know. So I think she's just making it all up.
That's what I was thinking. Like, girl, were you there? Like, how do you know exactly what happened down to like, oh, I stopped in the store and like bought a Coke? Like, girl, you don't know that she did that.
It's very weird.
God. Also, the mental health stuff that's going on, I hate it. Like, it's very obvious that Taylor Adams did not do any kind of research. In the first 10 pages, he like had the character questioning, oh, did I use the wrong term referring to my counselor? Should I have said therapist? Like, what's the difference between a counselor and a therapist? Girl, it's the same thing.
I remember that.
Those are interchangeable terms. If you don't even know that, how dare you mention schizoid personality disorder, which is like one of the most rare disorders. I would never diagnose any human being with that disorder. So the fact that that's what he chose, I'm just like, this is not going well, Mr. Adams.
Just don't feel like you have to spend a lot of time on it. Just speed through that.
Yeah. I'm kind of skimming this is my sister's story because I really don't care about that. I just want the action. The part that I'm at right now, he like just dropped his mask and was like, "Hey, bitch, basically I've been lying to you." Then why front if you're just gonna tell her?
I was like, why do I even want to read this? Because it gets like exhausting, like how many times that happens.
I don't like it. I also don't like that he's like, "Oh my God, Cambry hated cops. Like, fuck the police." And then she's like, "Oh my God, thank God a cop's here. We stand." Like, pick a lane. Pick a lane. Because even if I need the cops and I'm calling 911 to put somebody that's attacking me into jail, I would be like, "Thank you, goodbye. Fuck you, I don't like you." We're keeping it consistent. And these bitches are not consistent. Oh my God, food update. Hello. Blackened salmon and mashed potatoes.
That sounds so good.
My stomach is literally growling. Like, that sounds good. Oh my God. 67 YA books. That is like my 10th circle of hell. Like, I can't. The Authenticity Project. I have that one. Dang. That's disappointing. They're actually not. Therapist is not a license. You get your license based on, you get your master's in mental health counseling or your PhD in clinical counseling or counseling psychology, and then you get a counseling license. There's no license for therapy. Therapist is just a term that can be used to describe a counselor, a psychologist, or anyone in the mental health field. It really means nothing. It's just a way to say, "I'm a mental health worker," and I'm not going to use the term because you probably don't know what it means.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's not a clinical term at all. It really means nothing.
I'm glad I know that now.
Yeah.
The terms are interchangeable. Like when I write papers, I'll say like "me as the counselor," da 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 da, and then I'll refer to myself as a therapist. Like, it's the same thing. And psychologist really doesn't mean anything extra other than you might have done some post-master's work or you have your PhD, but you have the same license as like me. So, yeah. I can't diagnose medication. So that's a big difference between like psychiatry and psychology.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, this is so sweet though.
That's cute.
That's so sweet.
A for effort.
Look, this is fun that she would like the colors. Would you ever do that for me?
Okay, this man made a whole ass Amazing Race proposal. He would do anything for you.
Look at Kirsten defending your honor.
Oh yeah.
He said, "Thanks." He's growling. I don't know what that's about.
That crumble cookie stuck in my throat.
Okay. Do y'all have crumble by you?
We just got one right by my house.
Where's
Is it good?
Oh my God, yeah, it's so good. You have to go. Like their whole
Okay.
goal is that they have 4 new flavors every week. So like they keep you coming back. Like you go
Mhm.
and you're like, "Oh my God, that shit slapped." And then you're like, "I really want that," but it's gone and there's new ones. So they like get you addicted to a bunch of different flavors. So you keep coming back for like specific flavors. It's marketing, but it gets me.
Yeah, we have one I think the closest is 45 minutes. So I mean it's not close to actually go.
I've never even heard of it.
I haven't either.
Kristen,
I see it on TikTok a lot. That's the only way
Really?
that I had heard of it.
I didn't used to like be into it, and then my brother went to college, and once he had like freedom and he could just buy cookies whenever he wanted, he was like texting me about crumble cookies all the time. And he is a big guy, like 6'5", 270. So he gets like the big box and just slams them all. And he's like, "Let me give you the tea on the best flavors, so I don't have to eat 4 cookies."
Wow.
Or you could just eat 4 cookies.
Or that.
Always an option.
They are so huge. Like, when I tell
I'm
you,
now looking at their flavors this week. Ooh, hazelnut sea salt. Wait.
they're all Hawaiian themed this week because they just opened up their first location in Hawaii.
Oh. Pineapple whip. That looks bomb.
It's really
So I
good.
might have to go get that later.
Yes, you do. You got to go before the flavors are gone during the weekend.
Man,
That's crazy.
that's so much
Maybe they changed
pressure.
I thought it was like a monthly thing. I had no idea it was like a week.
Nope,
That's
they dropped their
wild.
new flavors on Sunday. I have their
Wow.
notifications on. Like, I'm a stan.
Oh my god.
This is cookie commitment.
It really is. Like, every time I see the churro on the menu, I'm like, on my way. Like,
That's amazing.
are we ready for another sprint?
Sure.
I'm
I
like,
know you want to finish that book.
I know. I'm so anxious about it. Do we like 30-minute sprints? Okay, perfect. Let me do math, and then I'll put it in the chat. All right, end of sprint 2. We've lost some gals.
I know.
I know
It's disappearing.
I think she had to get up early, so she might have gone.
Mm-hmm. Just like fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Eric. Thanks for joining the chat and saying hi. And here's Brennan. I've entered the chat because my internet is riding the struggle bus. I get it.
Been there.
Yeah.
How are y'all's books going?
Good. I know that you, Haley, and Kirsten had mixed feelings about Ugly Love, but I love it so far.
It was the trauma for me.
Yeah.
The personal trauma. That book was very triggering for me.
Yeah.
I think if you've been in a relationship with a lot of gaslighting and emotional abuse,
Yeah.
it's not a good time.
And I'm not that far into it. Like, nothing has really happened yet. So maybe, like, my critiques will come later. Like, I'm only on page 143.
Oh, girl, you got stuff coming.
So right now I really like it.
I really liked, like, the first half of it. I cried. Like, it still made me cry. It was, like, a very powerful book. I just don't think it was wise of Colleen Hoover to romanticize that type of relationship, knowing her audience is young.
I gotcha. Okay.
And I know, like, Steph from Steph Bohr on YouTube, she, like, defends Ugly Love to the grave, which is fine. People gonna like what people gonna like. But it's critiquable. I'll just say.
Oh, I'm worried because right now I love it. I like don't want it to get bad, but I'm not to the bad stuff yet. So
I'm so interested to know what you'll think. Oh,
yeah, I'm nervous now.
I have read all your perfects. Have y'all?
No, but I want to.
I haven't read any Colleen Hoover.
Oh,
I know. Just kick me out now. It's fine.
It took me a while to read my first one, but now I'm like addicted.
Once you start, you can't stop.
Yeah.
I keep on wanting to start, and I even got Verity. Someone gave me Verity for like my birthday.
Yes.
And I keep on meaning to. I even follow her on like TikTok, but I don't know.
She's so funny on there.
She's really funny.
I love her.
Like, I haven't read any of your books, but you're hilarious. So
Verity was the first one I read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Maybe I'll have to pick it up soon. I don't know if I have it. I like put a bunch of in between houses right now, so I had to put like a ton of books in storage. I think that got put into storage. It's really sad.
Oh no.
I keep on being like, I want to read this book, and I'm like, I can't. It's in storage.
Oh
my god.
Yeah.
But they're safe and packed away. That feels so good. I get so scared when I like pack up my books. I'm like, what if the movers are moving in the rain and they all get destroyed? Like, that's anxiety.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's like a fear of mine. Like, what if the building catches on fire? Like,
I think about that all the time.
Dude, it's like kindling. My house is filled with kindling. You would go up in smoke. There's not a chance of survival.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And yet I have like a ton of candles. Like,
oh yeah, I have one burning like right now. Like so close to the bookshelf.
Which one? Which one, low-key?
Which candle?
What candle? Yeah.
Mark, what is the name? I don't know the name of it. Sugared lemon zest.
Ooh.
Wonderful.
I
already started my fall candle bee, so respect for staying on the summer vibes. But
well, I just went to Hobby Lobby today to get a bunch of fall stuff because everything was 40% off.
Oh.
And so, yeah.
Okay, maybe I gotta run there because
do it.
I'm ready for fall, like immediately. I want it to come tomorrow. Like I ordered.
I want the hot weather needs to stop.
Yes.
I'm very done with the sun.
Yeah.
I'm getting so many like I have this tan line from my shirt at work, which is a lot of fun. I'm like, no more. We're done.
Yeah.
I just know it's going to be 95 degrees until like November 20th. So
yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah, it'll probably stay in the 80s until like October.
That's blasphemous.
I know. It's great because I can still go to the beach,
right.
But
sad.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have read all your perfects.
Back to the questions.
I read it like a little over a year ago, and I gave it 4 stars, but I think on a reread, I would give it 5. I just like have that sneaking suspicion because it's about infertility within like a very long committed relationship. And I recently got diagnosed with PCOS, so I feel like I need to reread it and like feel the feelings. Obviously, I'm in a long-term relationship and I know we're going to be dealing with fertility, so I just know that's going to be like my comfort book in years to come, but I'm not ready for it yet. Like I'm too fragile right now. I definitely want to do a reading vlog, like rereading books that I think have the potential to be a favorite. Like I was thinking about that one and The Good Daughter by Karen Slaughter. Because I kind of rushed through both of those for readathons, and I know if I like took my time and reread, 5 stars.
Yeah. That's how I feel with a lot of stuff. I get nervous to give things 5 stars if I had like a single problem with it.
Same.
I'm the opposite. I'm like, did this make me feel anything? 5 stars.
I feel like I used to do that, and then joining BookTube and like being a reviewer made me so strict.
Yeah, I feel that.
I started to get more strict, and then I like kind of stopped having fun with my reading because I was getting so strict, and I was like, nah, I'm done. I'll tell you all my thoughts, but also, what are star ratings anyway, you know?
If you're not enjoying it, what's the point?
What's the point?
Noelle's here to party.
Woo!
Let's go.
Love it.
Yes, I have read Lock Every Door. I gave it 5 stars at the time. By being critical, it's probably a 4.
I agree. I have the same thought on that.
I think with Riley Sager, like the twists at the end blow me away so much in the moment that I'm like 5 stars. But like looking back, is it really?
I also give into the hype a lot with his books. Like I get so excited to read it that I think that like I'm enjoying it in the moment, and then I read a thriller that actually like shocks me that's like a 5 star, and I'm like, I don't think I don't know if I'm making sense, but like I don't think Lock Every Door gave me that. And I've only read 2 of his books, but the other was a 4 star.
Okay, but with Survive the Night, it was different. It was different for me. I know everybody hates it. It's like me, Jess, and Manda are the only people on the planet who gave that book 5 stars.
I know. I'm so nervous for it.
I really thought it was genius. And if you like, I would say if you haven't read it yet, wait to watch my wrap up because I go into like light spoilers. But after you read it, watch it. I like 8 minutes of that 30-minute video was just talking about Survive the Night.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I have it. So maybe I'll prioritize it so I can watch it wrap up. And then
I really want to know if I'm the only one who's like crazy and just like reading way too much into it. Like I thought it was the genius, like most intelligent book I've ever read.
Wow.
Or maybe I'm just stupid and like making shit up.
No. I feel like now if I don't like it, I'll just assume that I don't understand the genius behind it.
I don't think that's the case because like everyone on BookTube was like, I hate it, 2 stars.
That's how I felt with I'm thinking of ending things though. I thought it was so average, but then everybody else was like, it's just genius. I was like, I just don't think I understand.
I did think that one was genius.
I know. I'm telling you. I think I just don't understand like the genius behind them.
Maybe you just read for enjoyment and you're just looking to enjoy a thriller and like you want to ride. And for me, I'm like, let's get psychological. Like I want to know, I want to read into it. Like
that would make sense. Yeah.
That's why I read all my romances because I'm like, I don't need to think.
Exactly.
I think enough. Yeah.
I've been on a strong romance kick lately, so.
Oh, same.
I read my 2 favorite romances of all time back to back, like the past 2 days.
What books?
I cannot get over it. It was It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey.
Okay.
Oh my God, that blew me away. I never thought the hating game would ever be dethroned.
Wow.
And dethroned.
Wow.
One of the best enemies to lovers I've ever read because they weren't just like, ew, I don't like you for no reason. It was like they both had trauma and like preconceived notions about each other. But once they started to get to know each other, it wasn't like they really hated each other. They were like, oh my God, wait, I understand you. I was crying. It's fine.
I'm gonna have to add this.
I am excited to read that one, but I'm nervous because I really didn't like Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey, which is the only one I've read, but I really didn't like it.
I didn't like, I DNF'd Fix Her Up and Lover or Loser.
Okay, good.
The Rules of Engagement, I gave 4.5 stars.
I've heard that one's better.
I loved it. And then this one was like even a step up from that.
Okay.
The Steam, like sometimes I'm reading romance and I'm like, okay, the Steam is like standard, like what everyone writes, you know, the vanilla shit. Tessa really popped off. I'm like, girl, now I know what y'all fantasies are, and I'm fine with that. Like, give it to me. Like, you really went there, and I was living.
Good for her.
Between that and It Ends With Us, I was like,
so good.
Nothing will ever top it. Oh my God, some subtle shade. I've heard people that don't like Lock Every Door. I don't understand that. I thought it was good.
I think it's good. I just don't know if like I read it. It was one of the first, I feel like, one of the first thrillers I read. Maybe not, but like, I don't know. It's kind of when I was getting into it more. And so when I read it, I was just really into it. And then like looking back on it, I don't think the ending was as crazy as I thought it was. Or that I don't think I would think the ending was as crazy if I read it now.
I agree.
So, that's kind of like why I don't think it'd be a 5-star. But I always say I can't change my ratings on things unless I reread it because clearly I was feeling something in the moment.
It's so different for me when I rate in the moment versus when I think about it. I get so tough on a book when I think about it.
Yeah.
And that's just so much like in the comments because sometimes I'll like totally critique a book and rip it to shreds and then I'll be like 5 stars. But it's because I read it like right after I read it and then I thought about it more. Like The Simple Wild, I fucking love that shit. Like that's one of my favorite series of all time. It has flaws, many of them. But is it a 5-star comfort read? Yes.
Yeah.
I stand by. We will be on as long as I'm awake, to be honest.
Until you finish that one book.
Yeah. Right. I'm 82 pages in.
So, 82?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm almost halfway. I'll definitely get halfway done in the next sprint.
You're so fast.
I'm like speed reading because I'm terrified that I'm not going to finish. It's anxiety fueled speed reading.
Also, I know you said you didn't have, or your Kindle wasn't working that great, but do you have the Kindle app on your computer? Because you could probably send it there and still read it on your computer.
I have it on my phone, but I guess I can definitely get it on my laptop.
Just so you don't have to like pull an all-nighter reading this book.
Okay, every arc I get now I'm going to put in my Kindle app, but like once you download it from Adobe, NetGalley's like, no, you already have it. Like you can't download it as a
Oh,
interesting.
I think they like don't want you to like distribute copies or like sell arcs or whatever, which is like, who does that? Weird. Whatever.
Yeah.
Ew.
Crazy.
Gotta get the coin somehow.
Yeah.
I love this question.
Ooh.
My answer would be any wine. That is a wine. Tea.
I always like rosé, so.
It depends on when I'm reading, actually. Like, reading by the pool, a nice, crisp, cold rosé sounds wonderful. But, like, if I'm by the fire, like a nice, deep red blend. Oh,
Yeah.
what a dream. Why are you looking at me? He's giving me the "you're being annoying" face.
Oh no, I agree. That's how
He said I'm cringy.
Never.
Oh, cringy? Oh, okay.
Even better.
I was about to say my favorite is like the California Roots Red Blend because it's so cheap, but it's so good.
That is the freaking one. That is
it's so good. And $5. It's great. You can't beat it.
Bottle, like the double bottle,
Yes.
is $9 for 2 bottles. Are you kidding me?
No. And it's good.
She's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or anything from Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
I'm a Trader Ho.
Oh, absolutely.
They're pretty far from me, but whenever I'm near one, I enjoy them.
Everything is far from you.
Yeah.
I live in the middle of nowhere.
No.
I do.
Oh, it's so sad.
Yeah. The town I grew up in did not even have a Walmart, if that shows you how small it was.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That was tiny.
When you're here, I'm going to take you to all the places.
Yeah.
It's going to be an adventure.
I know. I'm very excited.
You guys have to go to Crumble now.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We're not even going. Like, I will bring them to you. That'll be your welcome gift.
Oh
Like,
my God.
hi, welcome to Austin. Here's a churro cookie. Shove it in your face.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Brennan, why do we have the same taste? We always say the same things about books, I've noticed. I like Megan Miranda. She's hit or miss, but it's a fun time. I always say that in my wrap-ups. Like, sometimes we just need a good 3-star book. It's fun.
There's nothing wrong with 3 stars, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This person did not give.
Oh. I see.
No shade intended.
Oh.
Thank you for clarifying.
Wait, Post Malone has rosé?
Wow.
Not my brand. I was in the top 1% of Post Malone listeners.
Oh my gosh.
I was too embarrassed to like post my Spotify stuff that everybody at the beginning of the year was like, look at my stats, Spotify. And I was like, bro, I cannot expose myself like this. Like,
Yeah.
it's the suburban white boy energy. Like, I just cannot expose that for me.
Yeah. I was in the top like 2 for Taylor Swift, and I was like, this is just
That's
That's impressive.
bad.
that is because some people just listen to her nonstop.
Yeah.
I know.
Apparently, it's you.
It is me. That is what I do.
We.
Oh.
Okay. I think I made it through all the comments that I saw. Are we ready for yet another sprint?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Hello.
Whoa.
I only have 105 pages left.
Oh my gosh.
I'm literally flying through it, but it's so bad. It's really bad. Like,
That's rough.
I thought it reached like peak levels of thriller cheesiness. A snake appeared.
For what reason?
Who knows? It served no purpose in the plot. I don't know why he put it in there, but a snake appeared.
Huh.
Oh.
Okay. Right on.
Really unsure. Do I have Twitter? No. I mean, I do, but I don't use it. I haven't used Twitter in like 3 years now.
Wow.
Probably for the best.
Yeah, I realized I would go on it for hours and it would make me depressed. So I said, we're just going to delete that.
Yeah. Twitter's so messy.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather spend those hours reading a book.
There you go.
Agreed.
I've gotten to page 104.
Look at you go.
Wow.
How is
Something-
y'all's group book?
What?
How is y'all's group book? Is it good?
It's good. It's really cute. I mean, it's very cheesy YA. But it like I don't know. It's a cute, it's very classic YA, contemporary. There isn't really anything that I'm like, ooh, this is new and different and special, but I like it. I like the characters. Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah.
Oh my god, 49 pages of class.
Wow.
That's really impressive. You
I could
deserve
never.
Mm-mm. I'm a slow reader.
That's a heavy, like, dense book, too.
Mm-hmm.
That isn't cheesy YA contemporary.
No, I read a chapter of it once to see if because I haven't read it yet, and I was like, I am not in the mood for this right now, and I just never picked it up again.
Yeah,
But
definitely
I haven't
take
read it.
It's one of my favorites of all time, but like if you're not in the mood, I get it.
that's what, yeah, and so many people love it. So
The payoff is so good.
mhm.
Once you're in it, you will get attached.
Oh, I
I've
bet.
heard a lot of good things.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. I would consider it a modern classic,
Ooh.
Wow.
but that's
Yeah.
just my.
I need to get to it.
No. The short answer to this is no. I have the audio. I like bought it. So it's just sitting there like waiting for me to start it, but I looked at the reviews and it has like an average of a 2 point something on Storygraph, and I'm like, wow, that is spectacularly low. So I don't know about that. That scares me. "10% of the perfect marriage." Yeah, it takes a little bit to get into, I thought, but I like legal thrillers, so I liked that one. I'm trying to think what was the legal thriller that I just read. Let me look it up on my Storygraph because I read one recently that was really great.
I always mean to pick up thrillers whenever you talk about your thrillers.
Yeah, that's where I get most of my recommendations.
I am the thriller queen, self-proclaimed.
Mm-hmm.
The Secrets of Us by Lucinda Berry.
Huh.
I think it comes out this month because I read it as an arc, but
Oh, I was gonna say I haven't heard of that.
it was great. I was really surprised, and the mental health rep was really good. Lucinda Berry is apparently a psychologist, so she has like all the knowledge, and it was very apparent as I was reading.
Good.
That's good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love to see the representation. I feel like I'm so picky about that, but like I can't not be. Like as I'm reading, if something's off, it just takes me out of it immediately.
Yeah, I feel that.
Y'all, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm so tired.
I know, I am too.
I don't know.
What time is it where you guys are?
It's only 1:15.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's 9:16.
Okay. It's only 7 p.m. here, so
Oh.
Wow.
West Coast
Wow.
life.
Reading.
Yeah.
I really want to push through this book, but I'm like, is it even worth it at this
I
point?
know.
I don't know.
How far are you? 50%?
Yeah, a little over 50%.
It's hard to give up, like hard to DNF when you reach that 50% point because it's like you've dedicated that much time.
I know. I only ever DNF if I'm like a few chapters in.
Mhm.
Once I get past there, it's like I'm forcing myself to finish.
Yeah. I think the latest I ever like DNF is like 25%.
Mhm.
The
Yeah.
thing that's been killing me lately is freaking John Mars.
Mm.
All of his books have been putting me in a slump, and I'm DNFing like so many of them. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
I know. I feel really mean when I talk about it, but sorry, John.
I keep on wanting to pick up more fantasy books, but I've just not been in the fantasy mood recently, which is weird.
Yeah.
I'm reading my first adult fantasy this week.
Which one?
The Night Circus.
Oh, I love the Night Circus.
I love that.
My like
It's very good.
IRL friends love the Night Circus, and I'm like, y'all are not really like heavy readers like me.
Mhm.
So if y'all like it, I'll probably like it too.
Yeah.
It's very out there in a way because there's like some time jumps and things that happen.
I love
Not as much as her second book, The Starless Sea, is very all over the place. But Night Circus is very good.
I love
need to
time
read
travel.
that.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah. Great rivals to lovers type thing going on.
Oh my gosh.
I'm in.
Mhm.
Yes, I specifically am saving 4 books that are in like a dark academia setting for my first reading vlog of fall. It's going to be like an aesthetic dark academia vlog. So I think my TBR right now is They Never Learn, The Maidens, The Box in the Woods, and something else that I'm not remembering right now. But they're all set at like boarding school settings.
I'm like halfway through The Maidens right now. That's Team 5's group book.
How are you feeling?
What?
How are you feeling about it?
So I read The Silent Patient right before I read it because I heard there was like a callback to it or something like that. I don't know. Like you don't have to read it, I guess. But I loved The Silent Patient. Yay. And so I started reading it, and it was really hard for me to get into because I just thought it was kind of a slow start. But then when things started picking up, I'm more into it now. But I'm only like halfway through. So I don't know.
A prediction
for The Maidens?
Yeah.
No.
I've heard this is like the thing that makes it or breaks it is like there's one thing that people have been predicting, And some people say like, oh, if this happens, I'm going to give it a 5-star. And other people are like, oh, if it goes this way, I'm giving it a 1-star. Like, I don't want that to happen.
Oh. No, I don't, actually. Which is the same with like the silent patient. Like I had ideas, but like the way that it was revealed, like I never would have guessed, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. That ending blew me away.
Yeah, like I was just sitting there like the entire time. And so I don't know. So I feel like with this one, I'm trying not to think too much into it, but it's good.
That's encouraging. I've heard so much bad about it, and I'm looking so forward to it. So
yeah, I haven't heard very good things about it.
Yeah, but also it's like the ending can really make or break it. Like if it's a really dumb ending or like I predict it, then it could immediately go to like a 3-star book for me. You know, like I'm like still halfway where I'm like not bored. So
does it have something to do with Greek mythology?
Yeah.
It does? Okay.
I think it's like secret history adjacent.
I did not read that.
I haven't read that one either. I want to.
Like there's like a group of girls at a college that are like the hoes of this one professor, and they call themselves the Maidens.
Yeah, and it's based off of some story or something like that. I don't know.
And that's very similar to the secret history because it was like the group of students with the one professor who was like their mentor, and then they like killed somebody or something like that. I don't know.
Interesting. That sounds like How to Get Away with Murder.
Honestly, yeah.
Like what you just described.
I got spoiled for the secret history, and then I promptly forgot what the spoiler was, so I guess I can read it now.
So funny.
I've heard a lot about They Never Learn. Jess sent it to me for my birthday.
Aww. 5 million out of 5 stars.
Wow.
That is a high praise.
I know.
I'm excited for it. It's like women getting revenge, like a female serial killer POV, and she's killing like men that have wronged women.
Good for her.
I like it. I love like you and all of that, like following a messed up person, like in their brain. So making it a woman, I feel like I'll even like it more because I have such trouble with like male POVs. I always like feel bad saying that. I just cannot connect to a male POV. It's very hard for me.
I struggle so hard with books written by male authors. Like I don't know if I can remember the last book that was written by a man.
That's funny.
I feel like I can do thrillers, but like other than that, I don't know if I read anything else really.
And some thrillers even, I'm like, I can't get behind it. Like Peter Swanson gets on my nerves.
I've never read a Peter Swanson.
The way that he writes women is so aggravating.
Oh.
Like everyone is obsessed with The Kind Worth Killing. I was so hyped for that book. I read it and I really didn't think it was that great. I think I gave it like 3.5.
Wow.
The women are just very over sexualized, and I don't. Like if there's a male and a female character meeting, you know they're gonna fuck at some point. And I just can't do that. Like, I'm like, come on, Peter, get it over with so we can get to the mystery.
Have you guys seen the trend on TikTok where it's like POV, you're like a woman written by a man or something like that?
Yeah. I have all the ones that are like, I'm not a man written by a woman or a woman written by a man. I'm a, and then it's like a very specific type that an author writes.
That's so
Like-
funny.
like that.
Those crack me up every time.
I saw one like that, and it used the term trauma porn, which I had never heard of
Oh.
before. But apparently
Oh,
it's like a thing in a book.
yeah.
You're just reading about horrible things that a character has gone through, and like it's supposed to be entertaining, but there's no like, oh, this is how they healed, this was the character arc. Like it's just bad. And you know, it made me think
Wait,
Archer's voice.
I was just going to say that. You were explaining it. I'm like, Archer's voice?
Literally, we buddy read that. It's
Oh,
by
no.
Mia Sheridan. It's a romance.
Have you read it?
Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh.
Don't.
Here's the thing. It was very entertaining. And the main guy character, like Archer, sweet as can be. Lovely. We loved him. But Mia Sheridan was like, what trauma exists in the world and how can I write it into this book? And like nothing was really brought up like on like I just there were so many things I had issues with it, but anytime Archer would come on, I was like, yes, we love him.
It was just always something new. Like she would bring up one trauma and it was like never resolved. They would just like cry about it together. And then the next night she'd be like crying about it again in his truck. And he'd be like, what's wrong? Like, how can I help you? And she'd be like, no, it's not about that. I experienced gun violence. And I'm like, okay, like what? Where's this going? Like, I don't understand. And then there was supposed to be like commentary around sexual assault, but I guess Mia Sheridan was too intimidated to like write a tasteful, like well done rape scene. So she just made it an attempted rape, but there was no like advocacy for women or like believing women or anything. It was just like, yeah, this happened. A dude tried to rape me.
Well, like, okay. And what it reminded me of, so like there is similar topics in The Deal, or The Deal by Elle Kennedy. And I personally thought that the way that she chose to go about it was done so much better because she made it part of like why certain things are hard for her. And like it just went into like certain things where Mia Sheridan kind of wrote it to make an event traumatic and then never brought it up again until you were like, oh yeah, she went through this hard thing. I was like, you can't just use that as your like way to make an event traumatic. And it just irritated me.
Yeah. There needs to be a reason for something like that to happen. It can't just happen for the sake of it.
Right.
Yeah.
If something is that traumatic, staying over with a boy is not immediately going to solve your problems. Like she gets really like triggered by thunderstorms because like a bunch of the stuff happened during a thunderstorm, and then she stays with Archer and she's like, oh my gosh, all of my problems are solved. And I was like, this is not how trauma works.
And also not how trauma manifests. Like there are a ton of various trauma responses and PTSD symptoms that would be coming up, but she just like kind of collapses and cries on the floor for like 20 minutes and then she's like, okay, that was so healing for me.
Yeah.
Girl, if that was healing, I've been healed by now. And let me tell you, I'm not.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I still gave it like 3.5 stars, I think, or 3 stars, because like I had like I enjoyed reading it, but I just had so many problems with it, you know? But oh man, yeah.
It felt like it was written by a man, but it was
Yes.
written by a woman.
Oh
Like,
my gosh.
the main character was like sexualizing other women and then shaming them for like being sexual. A lot of slut shaming, a lot of sex worker shaming. It was not great.
Yeah, I could go on like a 30-minute rant about this book. And I still gave it 3 stars.
I cannot with that rating.
It was exclusively for Archer. I loved him so much. If you took
And
him
I
out of the
dare-
book, it'd be like 1 star.
The representation, like he's a mute person. I've never read a mute person in any book because there's dialogue in a book that you have to read. So it was done like wonderfully that they could sign with each other. I thought that was great. I just wish it was in an arena that was not that book.
Yeah.
Also, I won't say what it is, but the other day I was actually thinking of this book because I was thinking of how ridiculous the ending was. Like, it's just so unrealistic. I mean, I don't know. Maybe this book was worse than I remember.
Let me just give a spoiler like warning because we need to talk about this. Like
Let's hear it. I'm ready.
Do you care?
I'm never going to read this book.
Amazing. So if you want to read Archer's voice, please stop listening because we are going to spoil it. The end of the book, this poor outsider man who just like lives on the edge of town
That absolutely no one in the town has ever talked to.
No, like literally they've never talked to him. They thought he was like deaf and couldn't hear them. Like, literally,
which is also ridiculous to assume that an entire town would be like, oh, he's deaf, let's all ignore him.
Literally that.
Like, no one in his entire life.
There's like characters that do sign language anyway, so that doesn't make sense.
Exactly. Thank you. You see our issue.
He's just abandoned, like total outsider.
Oh my god.
No attention to him. In the end, he finds out he actually owns the town.
I'm sorry, what?
He becomes the mayor and the owner of the town. And the epilogue is literally him giving his mayoral address and being like, wow, it's really come full circle. Like, thank you for accepting me. And obviously he's not talking. So it's like somebody signing all this. And then the like translator turns to the love interest in the audience and starts like signing to her. And then she's crying and she's like, oh my God, like my husband is the mayor and we have children now. And it's like, why did this have this ending? Like, there was so much drama.
And like, a big part of the story is that he's so innocent. Like, he doesn't know things. Like, there's so many scenes that I could talk about, but like a brief, like, he didn't know what LOL meant because he had never had a phone. He only reads like classic books. So he had never heard the term LOL. And so she had to like explain what slang was to him and explain this. And all of a sudden he's going to turn around from like not having any access to like the outside world to being like, I'm being the mayor.
Yeah.
I got this.
Have like schooling past like 3rd grade.
Yeah.
And they were like, make him the mayor.
Yeah. And he's doing a great job.
What?
Yeah.
I have so many questions.
Same.
Yeah.
When was this book written?
That's a good question. Let's find out.
Yeah.
Like, was it something written recently or?
I feel like it has to be semi-recent.
Maybe
2014.
Okay, yeah, that sounds right. That's like kind of recent though.
Yeah. Also, I had no idea because like the copy that I had was that like blue cover like this.
That's what I had.
Yeah.
But like, did you see the original cover?
No.
I could not stop laughing at it.
Yeah, the one on
It won't focus. Like,
why just back?
show that he has been exiled.
but also shirtless.
Shirtless and exiled.
Oh no, not these people rating it 5 stars.
It's so highly praised. Like, that's why I wanted to read it, because if you go on TikTok and look it up, like, everybody loves this book.
Oh yeah, it's like a book talk, like classic. I got it recommended to me by a huge booktuber, and like she raves about it all the time. Everyone in her comments like Archer. Girl, he literally, it's the trope of like saving the town that happens in like Disney, and she really pulled like
in Disney movies.
And I think it's so funny because it had potential. It had all the potential to be a great book. And
it also sounds like it infantilizes like a character with a disability, which I'm like,
I didn't
in 2016.
That's crazy. It just took a hard 180 from like trauma porn to Disney ending.
Yeah.
No evolution.
No, I agree.
Interesting.
Like, I think Mia Sheridan really did not know how to end it. She was just like, okay, all this shit happened. Fade to black. We come back. He's the mayor.
Ta-da!
Yeah, and it was so confusing too about how they're like, when he was deaf, no one wanted to talk to him. But like all of a sudden when they're like, oh, he can hear, now everyone like will talk to him. Like no one cared before on how to
That's so terrible.
Talk with him. It was so bizarre.
Like I've never been like, oh, that person's deaf, cool, I'll never speak to them.
Yeah.
This whole town was like, oh, deaf, like let's not even try. And
they're
then
like,
she was like, no, he's not deaf, he's just mute. And they were like, oh, mute.
Oh, that's okay. We'll accept that.
It is weird. It is a weird book. Yeah, I'm glad we got to rant about that again.
I can't believe we had a live discussion of Archer's voice.
It needed to be said.
It was so bad.
Yeah, no.
I loved being a part of this live discussion without having read the book.
I mean,
I have to.
Like, if you want to just experience like how wild it is, go for it.
I have enough books that I want to read. I don't need to add that one.
Yeah, no. But I mean, lots of people love it, so we just did not.
Good for them. Yeah.
I mean, hey, if anyone loves any book, I'm happy for you. That's the goal of reading. But like for me, no.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Well, that's a wonderful place to leave this live.
Just a rant about Archer's voice.
Thank you for listening to our review of Archer's voice and Catherine's live reaction.
It's like you read the book now.
I honestly, I feel like I have read it.
Yes.
It's great.
Review it, count it towards your good result.
Oh, yes.
I'll add it.
Oh my God. Thank you guys for hanging out, and thanks for being with us in the chat. I am literally about to fall asleep. Stay tuned for if I finish Hairpin Bridge before the deadline or not. I'll put it on my story if I do. If not, assume I DNF'd. But thanks everybody for showing up. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.